Shocking news over at Toyota, Dad. A $60 million fine. And it's because they took advantage of customers that tried to cancel their extended warranties. What the hell happened over at Toyota, and why do they keep tarnishing their brand, Dad? What is going on?
Well, this is one of those perfect examples of, why not? Okay. Very simple. Toyota Financial made it virtually impossible for their customers to cancel any bundled packages that were forced upon them or sold to them at the dealership level. And when people sometimes wake up from the ether, they go, I really didn't want all that, and so they try to cancel it. Well, Toyota Financial made it almost impossible for those people to cancel those items. And between that and misreporting credit histories, I don't know, they only had to write a check for $60 million.
All right, so this was an enforcement from the CFPB, and we're going to talk in this video not only about the enforcement that happened here with Toyota Financial, but also, Dad, we've had other videos where we talk about some of the travesties at Toyota, their distribution model here in the United States, their intentional decision to stop producing vehicles that people actually want so that they can have more pricing control. Really, there's a narrative here of Toyota losing trust and losing faith with some of their customers, but let's focus on the CFPB. You said it. They made it, the article says here, quote, extremely cumbersome to cancel bundled products. These products typically range from, as the Automotive News article says, $700 to $2,500. And they ranged the gamut of extended warranty products to gap insurance, credit, life and death, and whatever protection, whatever all these things that customers, sometimes they buy and they know what they're getting, but a lot of the times they're kind of quote unquote forced on you at the dealership. It wasn't one person that this happened to or two people that this happened to, Dad. 118,000 borrowers tried to cancel these products, and when they did, when they called their lender, because they financed the purchase of that extended warranty with their vehicle, when they called the lender to cancel, quote, extremely cumbersome was the process they were met with. That's just the first strike of the two. You mentioned the other is the credit reporting, but this just do the plug for the website, cancelmyextendedwarranty.com. We own it. We're proud of it. Toyota owners, go to that page, man. This is ridiculous.
It is an intentional decision made at the upper echelons of Toyota Motor Credit to make it difficult for people to cancel these items, because if you add an extra $2,500 to a loan and you're collecting interest on that extra $2,500, there's profit to be had. And, when you do that to, 118,000 borrowers, what you're basically saying is, this is how we want to play it. You can't slough this off as, well, it was just a mistake. It's a mistake if it's two or three people. It's a way of doing business when it's 118,000 people. And so, yes, Toyota doesn't admit any guilt. Toyota Financial doesn't admit any guilt. But they stroke a check for $60 million. A $12 million fine is included in that, and the other $48 million is to go to restitution to the customers that they inappropriately handled. Now, what that equates to per customer, I don't know, probably isn't going to be all that much, but it's something better than nothing. But it's not going to dissuade them from doing this in the future.
Dad, if you just take the 118,000 borrowers who are getting this restitution, think that maybe it was on average $2,000 per contract that was added on there. And this is from the CFPB saying thousands of customers complained to Toyota Motor Credit that dealers lied about whether these products were mandatory or rushed the paperwork so they wouldn't realize how much they were paying. Let's say of these 118,000 on average, it was $2,000 worth of crapola that was added. My math comes out to $236 million in revenue, Dad. $236 million.
And then the interest on that $236 million. And so to stroke a check for $60 million seems like a drop in the bucket. It seems like none. It seems like a slap of the wrist. Okay? And if they if they want to continue to do things like this, maybe they'll take a year off to make it look good, like they're really in compliance. But a year from now, they'll be pulling the same nonsense over again. They just will.
And it's pretty remarkable, Dad. Toyota has no control over their dealers and no control over their distributors. We've done videos in the past about distributor-added options at the port. You can't get them off the vehicle. All these products that are added on to inflate the price of the vehicle. That just adds profit for the distributor and for the dealer. And then, Dad, the enforcement here, of course, is the financial aspect and also some actions from Toyota. Quote, under the consent order, Toyota Motor Credit agreed to make it easy to cancel unwanted product bundles. We will wait and see what that actually looks like. Maybe they'll reach out to us to try and buy the internet domain name cancelmyextendedwarranty.com. Again, proud to own that doggone name. They also, Dad said, agreed to more closely monitor dealers' conduct and ensure that employee pay and performance metrics are not tied to the sales of the bundled products. The likelihood that we see any of this actually materialize, I think, is there's no chance. There's absolutely no chance.
No, because that's the way pay plans are set up for finance people. All those pay plans are set up on selling 2, 3, 4 protection products per vehicle retailed. And the more they sell, the higher their percentage of compensation goes up. So that's how finance people make their money. I don't know how you're going to come up with a pay plan that takes that away from them and still be able to pay them the same type of money and they are some of the highest paid employees at a dealership. Okay, perhaps maybe second only to the GM in many cases. So I don't see how you're going to change the pay plans to where they're not tied to the penetration of selling various and assorted protection packages for these vehicles.
Let's be clear also, Dad. Last time I checked, Toyota has no control over how the dealer operates. They can say all the things they want. Last year, remember, was memo time where we got memos from all the OEMs saying, please stop marking up vehicles. And what did the dealers do? They still marked up cars, a lot of them. And so I don't really think the OEM, in this case Toyota, has much control over the pay plans at the dealer level, let alone will they, materially influence what is a major profit center for dealers. Again, $236 million is what we estimate to be the amount that was extra monies financed as a result of this fraud. I don't know what else to call it, like taking advantage of people. The other piece to this story is that Toyota Motor Credit falsely told credit reporting bureaus that borrowers missed payments. Up to 27,500 borrowers impacted by that, Dad. This was just like both of these are egregious for their own reasons, but the material impact on people's lives as a result of 27,500 borrowers having falsely reported no payments, delinquencies, defaults, things like that. That's a bad look for Toyota Motor Credit.
That impacts those customers' credit scores. It means anytime they go to get credit, whether it be another car, whether it be a mortgage, whether it be a personal loan, whether it be a credit card, the rates that they're going to be charged are going to be higher because their credit shows as being less than stellar. And those are impacts that will last with those people forever. And that truly is unconscionable for a major lender in this country to do something like that. It is just hard to imagine that a financial arm of a major manufacturer can be that out of step with what needs to be done.
We'll end the video here. Quote, the company said it admitted no wrongdoing, but agreed to the terms of the consent order with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to fulfill our commitment to continually provide ever better service to our customers. Yeah. Alrighty. We'll hold you accountable, Toyota.